Hello fellow makeup lovers, welcome back to Indie Miss. Today we're going to be doing a full face of new indie makeup from Sephora. Basically it's just the things that I picked up from the Sephora VIB sale. Just going to do a try on haul today, and I believe that everything except for one is from an indie brand, so I thought that it would go ahead and fit into Indie Miss, and I've just been dying to try these products. So without any further ado, let's just jump on in. All right, so the only thing that I've done so far is just throw on a little bit of brow gel and then also some moisturizers. So we're gonna start off with the Tinted Moisturizer that I picked up, which is from Tower 28. This is their new Sunny Days. It says that it is a broad spectrum SPF 30 mineral tinted sunscreen, and it says that it's alcohol-free, fragrance-free, non-irritating. It's made with powerhouse skincare ingredients that help soothe skin stress from UV, blue light, and environmental damage. I guess it has white sage, prickly pear, aloe and centella, and it says that it is a lightweight, non-greasy mineral protection you'll actually want to wear, and that there is no white cast. So I was super into trying this out. I just thought it seemed like a good product. It seemed like something that I would use a lot. When I did my shop with me video for the Sephora VIB sale, this was actually out of stock, but whenever I went to place my order, I checked one more time, and the second shade was in stock. This one, I believe, was described as pale with yellow undertones. So instead of getting the neutral one, I decided to get the warm one and just give it a shot because the lightest one was sold out. So hopefully this works. Normally I wouldn't do that with a foundation, but because this is supposed to be pretty light coverage, I figured that it'd be okay. The tube is so cute. I live for a good lavender moment. And I'm excited today because I am breaking out a little bit. You can see I've got some different redness and everything going on. So hopefully you'll be able to see the amount of coverage this truly has, what it does. So it says directions: apply liberally before sun exposure. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything else. It says don't use on damaged or broken skin. Okay, so I guess I'll just go ahead and do this. It has like the same exact type of applicator as the Fenty something. I'm pretty sure Fenty has one like this, but I can't remember. So I guess I'll just start off with my fingers and just blend it in. Yeah, the color looks okay. I mean, it is on the more warm side, but it's a pretty light tone. Has a really pretty glow to it. Okay. I mean, it didn't do anything amazing for my skin, like as far as coverage goes. It just added a very tiny light layer, which I am a-okay with, because we have a concealer to try as well that I'm so excited about. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that just kind of evened everything out just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go with a touch more for my forehead and my nose. I forgot I was gonna start with my finger and then use a brush, but I feel like the finger is working. It's blending it in really nicely. It does smell just slightly like sunscreen. I think that looks really pretty. I'll be curious to try it again with a glowy product, something like the Auric Glow Lust, and just see how glowy we can get it. But I think for just something quick to throw on, it looks really nice. I feel like I should probably blend it a little bit more right there. I feel like it looks like something I would actually throw on and be okay with this being the only product, because it's protecting your skin a little bit, although I would probably go in with some SPF underneath this as well, just to make sure that I have enough. I feel like the shade matches me pretty well, and if I just wore this out, like, it's just a very natural, easy face, just a little something extra to feel put together. So I like it. I'm glad I picked it up. I think this shade works. Curious to try it more. So next we have a product from a new brand that I've never tried before. This is called Rose Ink, and I saw Hannah Louise Poston review this, and it just captured my attention, and I knew I had to try this concealer. This is the this is the Soft Light Luminous Hydrating Concealer, and I picked up the lightest shade LX010. So this is supposed to be like a super pale shade. Oh goodness, the packaging's pretty cool. I don't know why it looks like a kid's toy. Like, it looks like a little block, and it has like just a very matte finish. The shade, I would say, has like this like almost like a gray neutral look to it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I guess I'll start off with a little bit underneath my eyes. Okay, and then maybe just a touch on the redness that I have on this side of my face, just to see what we're working with here. I'm gonna go ahead and blend that in with my finger. Oh goodness, okay. So the coverage immediately is giving me like Tarte Shape Tape vibes, but like a little bit glowier. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of just tap that in. I mean, I can definitely see that like really subtle luminosity. I have really, really high hopes for this concealer, so I'm hoping that I end up loving it. I feel like the shade looks pretty perfect. I'm definitely gonna need to leave in the description box, or no, I'll probably leave it in a pinned comment how this makeup ends up wearing, because I don't think I'll be able to film like a proper wear test, but I'll definitely let you guys know, because I feel like that's one of my like main things with concealer, is so many concealers just don't wear that great. But I mean, on first application, I think that looks beautiful. I feel like I don't have a holy grail concealer, and I'm just constantly wanting to have that perfect one, and this one I feel like has the right balance, like a really good shade, a little bit of luminosity, it doesn't look dry under the eyes, but it also has like a really good amount of coverage. So before we jump into the next product, I'm just going to lightly set my face with the Milani Prep Set and Glow Powder, and just an e.l.f. small tapered brush. Just gonna lightly set underneath my eyes and my nose and just kind of like the center of my face. You know, I feel like that's a pretty easy, like flawless looking skin routine without doing very much. Like, I feel like that was so minimal. I definitely forgot to cover up this little guy right here, but it is what it is. Okay, so next, the product that I think I'm the most excited for, we are going to be playing with the new Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette. I went ahead and picked up the light version, and I'm just super, super excited. Ugh. I mean, it looks so pretty. Wow. Okay, I don't know. I love the like rounded edges. I feel like it just looks so luxe. I know you're not going to be able to truly see it because of how metallic it is and how shiny and bright everything is around me, but that's so beautiful in person. Here's what the inside looks like. There is a blush, a highlighter, and then 5 different eyeshadows. I feel like this blush looks so bright red, like bready orange, versus what I saw like online. I feel like it's giving me a different vibe, but that's okay. I think it'll actually look really cute with the sweater that I'm wearing today, which says Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and swatch this. Blush feels kind of weird. Like, it almost feels like a, okay, that's what I'm picking up from that. I feel like that looks so different than what's happening there. It feels like a cream powder. Very interesting, but the shade is really pretty. And then here is what the highlight looks like. That is stunning. I love Natasha Denona's highlight formula, so I feel like that's one of the reasons I picked this up, because I just really wanted this highlight. So there's the blush, which feels weird, very weird, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And then here's the highlight, which looks super, super pretty. I just need to do this really quickly. I have the Natasha Denona Super Glow in the shade Fair, so I just really want to swatch this next to the new highlighter. The Super Glow is definitely a creamier formula. They're not quite the same, but there's what Super Glow looks like. So the light one is just a tiny bit more like golden. It's just a little bit darker. Oh no, tell me why I didn't even realize that this palette has those stupid names where it tells you exactly where to put things. This one says outer corner. Where? What? Okay, we're just gonna ignore that. I did not realize, because if I'd realized, I probably would have been petty and not bought this palette. But here is the inner corner shade, which looks so pretty. It looks extremely metallic, but it feels a little bit more powdery to the touch compared to some other Natasha Denona eyeshadows. We've got Transition, which is like a really light neutral brown. We've got Crease, which is kind of like a little bit of a camely brown, just a touch darker. There's those three. Okay, why are those the worst swatches I've ever done in my life? I don't know, But again, what I'm feeling about this shade, it does look pretty, but it doesn't feel as creamy as the normal Natasha Denona formula. We've got Outer Corner, which looks super pretty, but again, feels a little bit more powdery, and Smoke. All right, so there's what the palette looks like. I mean, it's a very neutral, soft color story. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this shade Transition. Just gonna throw that through my crease. I'm gonna do a very simple look with this palette because I feel like that's what this palette is for, and that's how I'll be using it. I plan on using it like to throw in my travel makeup bag, hopefully, if I like everything. Of course, I have to make sure everything is good quality first, but just working that through my crease for a really light brown. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Crease, and I'm gonna throw that through my crease, just a little bit lower down. And lastly, for the mattes, I'm gonna go into the deepest one, Smoke, and just throw that on the outer corner. I'm also gonna take a bit of Smoke along the lower lash line, just connecting the outer third. And then I think next I'm gonna go into that shade Outer Corner, and I'm gonna use that along the inner 2/3 of my lower lash line. I almost feel like this formula is one you would need to like spray your brush or use a glitter primer just because it's a little bit looser. I mean, I still feel like it looks pretty, but I just feel like I've seen Natasha Denona do better metallics than this. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the highlighter with my pencil brush, and I'm gonna use that on my inner corner. Ooh, that's so pretty. I feel like the highlighter is like the saving grace of this palette. I'm not saying you should buy it for the highlighter or anything, but it's just so pretty. All right, last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Inner Corner on my finger. Let's see how this goes. And just throw that on the lid. Oh, you know what? That looks really pretty like that. But it's still kind of a little flaky. Like I think you need a glitter primer for this. Which is fine. I'll definitely do that next time. But it is a really pretty, just like true neutral brown look. It's not pulling super warm, super cool. I don't have a new mascara to try, so I'm just gonna throw the Makeup Geek Extension Effect Mascara on real quick. I'm trying to decide how to go in with this Natasha Denona blush because the formula just feels so odd. But I guess I'm gonna try my fingers first and see if it blends well and how that works. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up a little bit and just kind of tap it in. I mean, I do really like the color. I'll say that. Just gonna try and blend that in. Okay, that might have been a mistake. I feel like it showed up pretty pigmented. Like I just feel like I went in with a lot of blush at once, even though I didn't think I was. But I mean, it is blending in. And I feel like, I don't know if it's the moisturizer underneath, the Tinted Moisturizer, or if it's the concealer a little bit right here, but it just looks like so pretty and glowy, even though I don't really have anything glowing on my skin yet. Let me go ahead and add some on this side. Trying to go in with a little bit less this time. And like I said, it does feel odd. It feels like, I saw someone describe it as a putty blush. So I guess I would agree with that a little bit, but I'm still not mad at it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the highlighter and just dust that on the tops of my cheekbones. Ooh, okay. That looks so pretty on top of this blush. Again, as I always say, still have to keep testing this out, but from first impression, I feel like the eye look, the cheek look, it's pretty cute. Lastly, for lips, I grabbed the Kaja Gloss Shot in the shade Milk Tea. This was another Hannah Louise Poston inspired purchase, but I just thought it looked like a really pretty, neutral, super light gloss. Don't know if it perfectly goes with this blush, but still gonna go ahead and try it. I've never tried the Kaja glosses before either, so I'm excited to try it for the first time. Okay. I feel like it's just looking very sheer. It might be because I have pigmented lips, but I feel like, I don't know that did that much. And it looks a little bit pinky. Let me swatch it on my hand. Oh yeah, that is so sheer. I thought that it was gonna have a little bit more color to it. So, I mean, it's pretty, but not quite what I was expecting. All right, you guys, so this is the finished look. I would say overall, I'm really happy with everything that I purchased. I feel like my skin looks so pretty, like between the Tinted Moisturizer and the concealer that I grabbed. I feel like they looked so good together, and I'm just excited to play with them more. I feel like that concealer has serious potential to like work its way up in my heart, because so far so good. I feel like I don't have any creasing or anything. It doesn't look, there's a fly right there. It doesn't look dry under my eyes. I think it like I said, it has like that just subtle luminosity. It's not too much, but it looks very flattering, I think. So I'm happy with my purchases. I hope that you enjoyed this try on video, and I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Bye.